OpenStreetMap UK runs quarterly projects. Now these are subject matter, normally things to map or ways to map, to give us a bit of focus. Particularly helps if you've done a lot of mapping and you want to, if you want to try something new, something you don't normally map, or if you're new and you're learning, and it helps us know more things we can map. This quarter, at the start of 2025, is OSM Notes. So this has been done before. Now what I have OSM Notes? Well, not everyone knows how to edit OpenStreetMap, or knows how to edit every type of thing in OpenStreetMap. So OSM Notes are a way that you don't have to go into the editing mode. You don't have to use the tools or an app. You can just add a note as a reminder with a comment that has a location and a message you set to inform mappers, or if you're a mapper, it informs other mappers, and gives some information about something at a point on the map. It's really good. A lot of the apps, or a number of apps, so every door has a note feature, OSM And has a way to display OSM Notes, but even apps that just focus on sat-nav, that aren't focused on editing, some of them have ways to say something's wrong here. Maybe you got directions wrong because the data had something missing, or said you could go somewhere where you couldn't. You can add an OSM note. And there's a few other ways that notes get put in. Some of the big companies like Amazon and Mapbox, if they don't have enough local information, but someone's told them, one of their drivers told them something's wrong, they'll add a OSM note, so mappers in the local area can use that information to edit it. There's even a website called On OSM, and it's where you can submit business information without even understanding maps at all, really, to make sure your business, as long as it's got a physical location, is can be added to OpenStreetMap with the help of volunteers. So I'm going to rewind. I'm obviously outside. I'm waiting for a bus here, which will become clear why. But I'm going to go back in time to when I was indoors and warmer, to show you what OpenStreetMap looks like, what the OSM notes look like on the OSM website, and also, so I'll give you a bit of an introduction on that, but also because I want to focus on editing, fixing lots of notes, I'm going to do a bit of preparation work. So yeah, let's whiz back and you'll see that information while I wait for the bus that I want to get. So the way a lot of people will know about OpenStreetMap as OpenStreetMap will be through the website openstreetmap.org. I'm going to show you my laptop here. That's why I'm back at home. And so this is the website, as you know, and you can search for different places or zoom in the usual way you use a map. On the right here, there's the little kind of hamburger layers icon, and this initially allows us to change the style of the map that we see, but also you can see at the bottom here, you can click this little tick box, map notes, and that allows us to see where all these notes are. That's going to be helpful. I don't think we actually had to turn this on for the next bit, but it's helpful. If you see something unusual, or something that's not right on the map or missing from the map, you can click, and it's not the most obvious. You kind of have to investigate these different options. But there's this, it kind of looks like a speech bubble with a plus, and it's add a note to the map. Now, it'll have a blue icon there, and you can drag that around to do the specific thing. You don't have to be logged into OpenStreetMap, so you don't even need an account to be able to add a note, but it's really recommended. It's really helpful. That allows, if there's any confusion, people can add comments and you'll get the message. When it's done, you'll also get a message. But the idea of these notes, as I said, is if you don't know completely how to edit the map, if that's beyond you, or you don't know how to deal with this specific thing you're adding, you can do it there. So you can see in the corner I'm logged in with my account Living with Dragons. So if I add this note, it will be under my name. But we see there we can move it to the exact location. It is really helpful to zoom in. So is it on this junction? Some people do it zoomed out and you can't really tell where it is there. And it's not helpful for the mappers that will use it. But we add it. Say there's something on the corner of these two roads, I can put the marker there. And then a description here, we might say there's a really famous tree here. Or we might say there's a shop called Map Gifts or something. This isn't real, there's not a shop in that park. Which is why I'm not going to do add note. We could, maybe it's something, there's some artwork here. Artist's name is Bob. Artwork is wolf. I'm making this up off the top of my head. But that's information that not everyone knows how they can add artwork to OpenStreetMap. Or it might be something wrong. You might say this road is only a dirt track, or maybe this road is closed to public. Things like that, and that's common if you've used OpenStreetMap through a different tool, for a sat-nav tool, or through even one of the game apps. You don't know how to edit, but you know it's affecting how you use OpenStreetMap. And basically add enough information so that someone who's more used to editing OpenStreetMap can go and edit it. It also might be, it might be something you didn't know. We couldn't find this shop. Is it really there? Let someone know it's going to change. But anyway, I'm not going to click add note because that's a fictional one. What we can do is see other notes here. So we've got one here. Someone's saying, is there a bus stop here? So there's bus stop on OpenStreetMap. There's two other bus stops nearby, so it might be that that one should actually match that. We can just delete that. What else have we got in Dundee? We've got quite a few about OpenStreetMap. Someone using the Street Complete app for adding OpenStreetMap, which won't let them add everything, but there's a car wash, a screen wash there, air compressor and screen wash. I'm guessing, yeah, that's by a petrol station. So I'm not sure how to map that, but I can look it up in the OSM wiki and find out the right tags. There's this is one. There's a user that checks a lot of the listings of businesses that have opened. In this case, they've got the link. It's the food hygiene ratings. Great source of whether a business exists. So they've got that source information, but is this a premier? Yeah, because on OpenStreetMap it's just got a shop with not a name. And we want to know things are correct, so that's one that I'll have to actually want to go there for. And that's basically it. As you click around more, I think I've shown ones in the past. There's some that I've added through the Everydoor app. But yeah, there's somewhere I've gone and finished them off because I knew I checked the business has indeed closed and hasn't changed to anything else. One thing I found a bit tricky is so I normally explore these when I'm out. If I'm in this part of Dundee, I'll open up OpenStreetMap and see what notes I can do if I've got a bit of time, or if I'm mapping the area otherwise.
Really good that they come up in OSM and every door, which I use a lot. But for the quarterly project, I kind of want to get as many of these closed as possible. How do we sign them all off, resolve them? Some I'll need to visit, some I maybe can't actually fix yet. Some they know there's a change coming soon, like this is a building site, it's going to be a residential area, or this, they're constructing a new shop but it's not open yet. That's just kind of a waiting game, checking news stories, or going there visiting regularly. So I need to manage, and I also need to plan a route on these. I've not got the only transport I've got today is public transport, so I also need to figure out which are near bus routes that I can easily get to. And there are ways of monitoring the OpenStreetMap notes. So there's a whole wiki page about this, different tools and different things that use them, and explaining what they are. So I've kind of looked through that. I think the best way, there was a bit monitoring notes in a selected area. There's a bit of a website that shows us reviewing notes, and I think gives some more filters based on the name of them. But what I think is going to be the best way for my case is to export them as a GPX file. So I got this URL, which gives me a GPX file, which you can open in some programs, say within a square that's roughly Dundee. And so then I used UMap, which is a tool just for easily managing extra information on top of OpenStreetMap. And I've clicked this arrow up button. I've then just chosen that file, the GPX file of the notes for my area, and I've imported it into layer. So we can click layers, and got one layer that isn't doing anything, so I can remove that. But this layer, and this is going to help me categorize and plan a bit, or at least that's the plan. So I've got a note here. It doesn't come up very easy to see. It's going to be tricky to read, but yes, the comment on that note is this really 30 miles per hour? Other streets are not. So I could change the colour to red, because that's one I want to go and see. What's this one is this business really here? So again, I'm going to change the colour to red. These are ones that I've added, and they're more complicated drawing. I'm probably going to cover them in a different video. So I'm going to put them as light blue just because I don't want to deal with them today. And I don't know if this is the best way of doing that. There's also potentially some that I can change, that I can change right away, that I can edit in OpenStreetMap, but I'm not sure what they are. But it's going to cause some planning here. What I can also do is add some lines, and I'm just going to do this and then edit that, and I can just call that bus route 5. Change the colour green, actually maybe purple, and so now I can start to plan bus routes that I could get up to this one, if I want to edit it, or maybe I'll draw a line in the route, and won't be able to get this on my phone. I think I'll then take a photo of it and be able to refer to that. I could potentially number these notes, think which order I'm going to do them in. This is going to take me a bit of time. If anyone knows any better way to put notes on your phone so you can see them, that would be really helpful. But anyway, I think I'll do that off camera because it'll take me a bit of time and might just bore you a bit. Because what you want to see is me resolving some notes so that on this page they end up being green ticks. Let's see. I wonder if I can do any just by sitting here at home and reading them. So I've started the journey. I've got a day pass, but only on one bus company. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop near the first note that I'm going to check is whether there's a bus stop actually exists. So I hope there does, and I believe there does. But as I say, maybe we'll move the location to make it more precise where it is. And then I'm going to walk, because actually the next one's a similar note, but this bus company doesn't go quite that way. But we'll go check out that bus stop. Then I think the plan is to cut across to then find another bus route on the same company that I can use. So it's going to be a bit of that for this journey, I think, kind of getting off the bus, checking a couple of notes and getting on at another
This stop is West Park Road.
Getting on at another place.
This is the service.
Either the same bus route or a different one.
Ninewells Hospital.
And I'm going to use a combination of probably OSM and maybe just every door. The gaps in between, whether on bus or walking, will hopefully be good to give you little explanations and updates about what I'm doing and what notes I'm fixing. Oh, and I've got every UMap. I made that UMap with some of the bus routes drawn as lines. I use the bus company's map, so I can only use that for personal use. So that's fine. I've just got that as a screenshot on my phone to keep looking at as I need to see where these notes are. Okay, so I'm going to use the camera just to show you. I got off the bus early before this roundabout, and I'm not seeing any sign of bus stops. So it was across the way there. It should thought if I show you OSM and there's the marker. I've actually come from the right of the map here. I could check that post box. Yeah, it's got the reference number. But yeah, there's definitely not a bus stop here or on the other side of the road. I think they're probably duplicates of those two I got off there. So actually it's going to be easier to open every door, which we're getting very used to. It's called Ninewells Avenue. Yeah, there's no other bus stops nearby. So we're going to download the data here. Should have done that while I was talking. And I think if we switch to the small items mode, you can see the
2 red dots, so does not exist means that gets deleted, and that one does not exist, delete. Did I delete that one? Does not exist, delete. So yeah, and then we can also go on notes. There's the note in white, and yeah, we can type does not exist and click resolve because we sorted that. So we upload our changes and it uploads our notes as well, and that's corrected straight away on OpenStreetMap for anyone to download and use on their own phone or to look on the website. So now the next note is a bit of a walk away. It's another bus stop. Yeah, I'll just check. Yeah, is this bus stop still in place and is it used? I can go and check that one. But as I walk past, I'll also look at these others. And that's that. So yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of filming so you get some background image for this too. So one of the big troubles is as soon as I solved the note and fixed it, I find other bits. So I'm walking along the road to the next note to check and spot this gate. There's of course a footpath going up there, and so I want to kind of walk up there, but actually I'm also planning to probably connect behind the houses, probably a helpful footpath actually, but I don't want to waste my time going up and seeing where it comes out. I want to get on with that note. So what I could do is add a note here, so every door is quick enough to put in a note. Just drag it to the right place, add note, set footpath. Might be able to do some from aerial imagery. Might just be able to walk up and see what's at the top. Yeah, I'll do that really quickly. It'll be faster if I be faster I suppose if I don't try and film and talk to you at the same time. Right, so I solved those other OSM notes. I don't know what information, why there's a user that knows bus stops need checking, but they seem to be right. Those bus stops so far haven't existed. And I cut across some footpaths that were already mapped and was able to film the intro to this video before getting a different bus, now on a single decker. This bus route wiggles around. It's the number 10 in Dundee. It wiggles around the back of Dundee. Doesn't go exactly close to any of the notes, but helps me cover more ground. It's going to go kind of close, I think, to one industrial estate where there's a note for a business. I think that's come from on OSM. But I'm going to ignore that. I think there's lots of units on map there, the businesses who's occupying those warehouse units. So I think that's probably worth a trip in its own right. So I'll ignore that. But then there's another industrial estate where there's 2 notes on. So maybe I'll manage to do both of them. And then some other businesses I could also update depending when the next bus leaves. I'll check the times of the bus first and see how much mapping I'll do. I could also, if I wasn't giving you updates, potentially do some mapping from the bus too, so we might try some of that later. So that was quite a helpful journey on the bus, or interesting to do that anyway. I went for a few areas of Dundee that I wouldn't normally, so went through Charleston. It was brilliant to see it really well mapped there, and really lots of detail, most of the house numbers, but also the gardens, the fence lines, and of course the big easy things like the shops So I did spot one hairdresser's that was missing in their row of shops, but that means I could add it quickly just while staying on the bus. The bus then went into Lockheed and the shopping centre there. Possibly need to get off this main road so you can hear me, but the bus went into Lockheed, which has loads of dense shops, and I think they changed quite a lot. It's originally a town in its own right, just been swallowed up over the years by Dundee, suburban Dundee. So I tried to update shops that were missing, shops that were changed, but the bus was getting through the small roads as quick as it could, so I didn't get loads done there, but every little helps, and that wasn't even my plan. My plan was to see these OSM notes that people have changed that they needed updating. The bus also then went into the Stack Retail Centre. That was a lot easier because it takes a big loop round the car park, and the shops there are quite large. There's not many of them, but I did notice that the gym had changed name, or rather changed brand, so I was able to quickly tap on that and change the name there. So yeah, it's going well so far. I'm going to be planning on what my bus options are before I get into this industrial estate and see how many businesses I can add. Yeah, right, let's crack on. I've done a bit of extra mapping of some of the business parks on this wider industrial estate. There are some bus stops on this road right where the notes are, that but signs saying no buses currently serving this, so that's a shame. Would have been really handy for me today. But I'm going to get these couple of notes in, I'll do a bit more, then yeah, and it's nice doing those extra bits like the Dovecot industrial estate that I showed you, probably a bit speedy. I think it just helps improve bit by bit. Someone else can do the next lot of warehouses. It shows people that OpenStreetMap is good, but it's also worthwhile you helping. Yeah, it's interesting what you see. There's massive car park and some offices. Apparently it's some Tesco customer call centre, I think. Didn't know we had that in Dundee, so it's nice to check out these far out places and see what's here. The next question on the note is an interesting one. It says, is this actually a post office, or is it just the inquiries office for the delivery centre? So big Royal Mail place, I have noticed the vans come past. I don't know if it counts as a post office or enough, probably not, but with every door, of course, they make it easy to put the opening times. So I'll go up those steps. Can also say there's no wheelchair access But yeah, I'll display that here if I haven't already started it already, and that'll clear that note off. Right, so that's the note. Is there an actual post office here, or is this just the inquiry office at the DO? So we'll swap to maps, and we can see it is calling it an inquiry office, but mapped as that. Okay, before I go up the steps, I'm just going to show you. Have actually seen there is disabled access apparently, but you got to use the main gate. Oh, it's over there somehow. Go through the car park. Anyway, I'll walk up here, but we'll put it on here. We can put wheelchair limited, I think is fair, and we'll get, where are the opening times? So Monday it's 8 AM to 10, 8 till yeah, 10, not for very long, and that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh no, hang on, what? Is this actually... Let's take a photo of that. Is it saying it's closed during those times? Or what? Really not clear, Romeo. Your services are not great. Yeah. I don't know how to map that. It seems like it's closed all the time. I wonder, can't even see inside. Oh no, looks like it's in use. Is it open during those times and then closed? Who knows? Anyway, Friday 8 closes at 10 o'clock, and then Saturday 8 closes at midday, and then Sunday it's closed. We'll tick that. Yeah, we could put other tags here. Closed. I hope this is enough just to tell someone to phone up first or actually check. So that will update that, and then we can excuse me.
Yeah.
Does the inquiry office still open? Because those opening times, it's
8 o'clock in the morning.
right. It's just got it's all the times, and then it says closed.
No,
but
it's 8 o'clock to 10 now. They've
right,
cut
that
other
makes
times
sense.
now.
Right. Cheers. Thanks a lot. And actually, just spoke to someone coming out there, and they said, yeah, they basically cut other times. So we'll just delete that because that's all that needs to be said. Might actually, oh no, it's tagged the whole area, but what we can do is put here and go entrance. I just want a main entrance. Do I have to do that on the housing method? Yeah. So there we go. Limited open access, and it's the main entrance. Okay. And that should be that. So anyway, that's that mapped. Yeah, the disabled access isn't fun. We'll then go, where was the other note? It's there. You can see the sign on this side. I'll tell you what, and go walk in and do. It's actually in the building, but it's close to me, so I'm going to go in and well, I'll show you. If you look here, that's the ceiling to 4, so they do exist. All these units don't have signs other than that one, so I think we'll take this road and go round to the front and see how many of those we map before heading back for the bus on to our next note taking. You can see that there, that does actually tell us all the units here, which is helpful, kind of helpful. Not actually, because technically we don't have permission for that. It's a grey area, and although that's also a bit confusing. Yeah, very, that doesn't match up with where we are. Anyway, yeah, in OpenStreetMap we like to have no grey areas, just because we're strong on legal, and that means no one's, none of the big mapping companies have taken OpenStreetMap down, nor any business gone, hey, you took our data, that's not fair. So at least all my edits, you know that they're good. And there is a group in OpenStreetMap that, don't slip on the grass there. There's a group in OpenStreetMap that tries to manage that being right. So they put a whole load of text there. It's actually by a user called Ceiling to Floor UK. We can try and put some of that information there. I can't copy it straight from here. So here we go, we've actually got more information. If we go trade shop, the name, Ceiling to Floor. Yeah, that's it. That'll add them onto OpenStreetMap, ready for them to see. I think I will go over and do these other buildings. So from that number 1 bus I got to Strathmore or Strathmartin Avenue and Road, where those roads combine. And that allowed me to, there was a note saying there was covered bicycle parking. I checked, yes it is there. And what did I do? Oh, also there were benches. I could, for that cycle parking, I could say the capacity, how many stands there were, and edit some of the shops around there. I didn't record any of that on my screen or talking to you, because I was still charging my phone up, and trying to get it a bit above 20% or so. Anyway, I then decided I was going to walk down the road, Strathmartin, yeah, not Strathmore, Strathmartin. I was going to walk down there towards town to get another note. I decided to get on the bus and just from the window look for the Premier that had gone, or the Spa. Anyway, I just passed the shop. I was typing in a pub name. Thankfully I finished up just in time to spot the shop had indeed changed branding. So I fixed that, corrected it, and did some other things just from the bus, trying to type in shop names as quick as I could, or in some cases they hadn't been edited for 7 years or more, which every door highlights in yellow, so I was able to just click them and click yes, I can see it still. So that was on the number 22 bus, which got me back into town. Yeah, that was kind of it. I was then able to get now by the number 5A bus route, which will get me back to where I started. Still some notes to do, still the other side and kind of the northeast of Dundee to update the notes, but I think I'll try and get there on a special occasion. maybe before this quarter's up. But if not, I can still do them. We don't need a quarterly project to map or focus on specific things. But yeah, that's updating some OSM notes, resolving them, and adding some new ones in. I've taken a few screenshots of the notes before I started, probably a screenshot during and then after, because some of the notes I added, I just need to fix some things on the computer, like draw some paths. So I'll show those up in a moment, but also I might show some screenshots of all the shops I did and how much detail there was. Yeah, thanks for watching.